We traveled for 3 days and we finally see land. So this should be Picton because that's where we're supposed to be getting off for a day's little adventure. But it's time for breakfast now, guys. See you later. So this is the view from our room. I think they're customs. And I don't know what the round things are over there. Wave at him. They'll probably give you the fingers though.
But I suppose
We're going on the bus now, guys, towards Picton Town Centre. So I stuck my mic on, guys, and guess what? No volume. I didn't turn it on. I left the volume off because I did not know, okay, that I had to turn the volume on. No, no one told me. I used it when we went to Thailand, right? The mic. Geneva put it on my shirt, and I did not know that she turned it on before she did that. I just thought she clipped it on, and away I go. But I've got no volume, guys, so now we'll be talking. Well, I'll be talking. So we went looking for somewhere to eat, okay, and we were told to go around and have a look around. But across the road there goes a cafe, so we went in there and we bought us some breakfast. Okay, that's the menu there. And then after that, we made our order, found us a seat, a nice seat by the window so we could look at everyone and, just enjoy the scenery. Look at that beach out there. So lovely. It kind of reminds me of, where's Tauranga? I think that's where we went. Yeah, and it looks really nice like that. So we waited for our breakfast. That's how much the breakfast cost, $85. Because, this girl don't order small. I ain't see my husband said, yeah, she's right. So sea breeze is called Siesta Fat. Well, I got the barramundi fish. Okay, and it was yum. I don't know, I forgot what my husband got, but he got fish too. But mine was better than hers. Yeah, because he didn't want to listen to me and get barramundi. He just wanted the snapper, I think. But, surprise, surprise, my fish was more moist and his one was a bit, I don't know. So, anyway, I just wanted to show you guys. Ale Ayla Sibia. Yeah, okay. So I'm pouring the juice over the fish. So much juice come out of that wedge of lemon. And I just thought, you know what? This barramundi is so nice. I always love barramundi, guys. I always love barramundi. And for the first time, I don't know. My husband said that was the first time he ever had barramundi was on a ship. I don't know if I believe him because I can't remember. Because we normally eat out, and I always get the barramundi, and he gets everything else, But he reckons that was the first time he had barramundi on the ship. Sorry, guys. There's the RSA club there. The music was so good. Do you know the 70s, 80s songs? They were playing it, and I was dying and running there and have a boogie on down. But no, we have to carry on walking. Saw these cheap box of books outside. Just reminds me of back in the days when you could just go and buy a book for 20 cents. So these are mostly the people that came from the ship. That woman there that's at the door, her voice was so nice. She's not from the pub, but she was singing next door. This is the fish and chip shop that this boy said that there was one up ahead, and that was the one. So I just show you what they have. But we were quite full, so I kept looking at the menu and I saw power fritter. I got all excited. But there's more to see in this town. So my husband and I, we walked further up, because we were told there's a little shopping centre up there. And my husband was after mussels. And we went there and we found mussels. Guys, the mussels. Let me show you. Yeah, let me show you Elvis's feet first. But he is so happy he managed to get him some mussels. He got himself 12 mussels and he's outside shelling it so he can just quickly enjoy it before we go back on the ship. There was a lot of orange ones, fat, juicy orange ones. Ooh la la. Little did we know there was a man watching from his car. Why we knew that? Because he came over after. Oh, ooh la la. Yum, yum. That looked like a beautiful big mussel. Anyway, they were so fat, guys. We went just in time, and oh, my husband was over the moon, around the corner, and up the road with excitement. And I was just filming, okay? Because what I was thinking, he's shelling mussels out in the public, right? And eating in front of everyone. And I was thinking, is that ghetto? Or is that get yourself and eat it? Mm-hmm. So we had get yourself and eat it. Get it down, darling. Get it. Yang alila ya. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Phải make sure, darling. I will piece of my ya lai. Phải lang me ai no. Yeah. So I said to him, can I have that one? It looks like a small one. Mm-hmm. He said, don't worry, my darling. I'm gonna clean it up for you, and then you can have it. Mm-hmm. So I waited like a good girl. Stood there with my camera, and I filmed. Waited patiently, thinking, are we allowed to even show these things out here? And I thought, don't think about it, just wait for it. See that knife? I was brought it all the way from Australia in case he finds some mussels. So he's putting it to good use right now. Yep, that's my one. Bring it here, baby. Bring it here. Oh, there she goes. Hurry up, Faye. Say my pee. Anyway, so yeah, down the hatch it goes. Ooh, la la. And it was salty, fat. Did you like? Yeah, I said I liked. Ooh, la la. It was so yummy. It was so yummy. I'm so happy my husband got his mussels because this man goes on and 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 on about mussels. This is why he always talks about wanting to move back to New Zealand just for the seafood, especially the love of mussels that he has. Okay. So he just wants to show you guys, you know, the love of his life. Yeah, mussels. Not me, it's the mussel. Yang ada lah, yeah. He thinks he's that Jake the Musk. You know, Jake the Musk when they first opened up the movie and Jake the Musk is putting a mussel in his mouth. Yeah, that's who he thinks he is. So I Jake the Musk backhand on her mouth and then what? And then he'll cry. And then, yeah, you know, Jake the Musk got a strong uppercut and a side cut. Yeah. Then my poor husband will cry and yeah, I can't help him there. Yeah, wow, that's a massive one. See, he nearly jumped out of his mouth when he was putting it in there. So, look at that boat, guys. You go on that boat, right? You will have no trouble catching you a few snappers and all that other lovely fish that they have in New Zealand. It's a bit hot. This voiceover, guys, is a bit much. You know why? I blame Geneva because she never showed me that I am supposed to turn on the mic. Oh, where said Geneva? One job, girl, one job. So now what? What do we do after this? We crossed the road. I saw a warehouse. So I said, let's go over there. I just want to go and ask if they have some fly spinners. Okay? We went over there. The man said, sorry, I've got none left, but I can put in an order for you. I said, no, I've just come from the ship, and I can't wait around. How long would it take? Probably next week, like next week Wednesday. I said, yeah, we're just off the ship for one day. And he goes, oh, I can't help you there. I said, yeah, I don't think so too. So I ran across the road, got me a power fritter, guys. I'm going to show you. Here it goes. Yeah, there we go. 2 power fritters and a little chips. You know how you can buy like $2 chip, $4 chip? Yeah, that place, it allows you to do that. How interesting, eh? So anyway, it was a bit hot, so I had to rip me up a piece of paper, and then I picked up one of the big massive mama, and then took a bite, and it was so crunchy and so nice. It was yum and chunky. It was lovely. Anyway, dropped it down, and then I thought, should I go and get Elvis? And I thought, no, yeah, I'm looking over, and he's still sitting there. So I just enjoyed my life. I just thought, nah, this is his fault. I said to him, we'll cross over so I can go and get my power fritter. We'll have one each. But the thing is, he's not a fan of power fritters like I am. I bet if I said, let's go over and get some mussels, young Alela, yeah, he's already across the road while I'm still trying to cross the road. So, having my power fritter, I stayed there till I ate both of them, and I was so full, okay? I was so full, it was unbelievable. But I thought, when am I going to eat power fritter again? When? Young Anna, yeah. Okay. So, next we went, where did we go? I'm trying to have a look, guys. Got this voiceover. I just want to kikinga Geneva right now. Not teaching me how to turn on the mic. But don't be violent. We just carry on like the troopers that we are. Okay, guys? Yeah. Thank you for joining me for this annoying voiceover. I'm talking about my voice. So we started making our way down, and the pub was actually starting to pick up a lot of people in there. The music was still going good. Elvis was waiting for me, and I said, What do you want to do now? Do you want to go look around some more, or do you want to go back to the ship? He said, let's cross the road, and we'll go to the other side and just have a look around, and then we'll head down to the bus. I said, good thinking, 99. We shall. Let's go. So, that's what we did. We walked over, had a look around. Nice little town. Nice little town in Picton. So, I could live here, you know. I love these little town places. Okay. But we had to get back on the ship. And I'm just admiring what people have, to sell. And look at all the people in town. And when everyone goes back on the ship, that town will probably be all nice and quiet again. So we're having our last look around before we go and line up to go back on the bus and head back to the ship. Beautiful place, Picton. But for now, we're trying to find ourselves a thumbnail. And Elvis wants to show you guys his farm. Yep. So thank you for hanging out. We're going to head back and line up, and then we're back on the ship. Look guys, come into our room and our bed and everything's been made and the floor's been vacuumed and the man left us an elephant.
Nga e malanga ngiu silo no kala ye ke au ke koe fo i mai. Ama wala ko kongi vai so ka ikasi ma e ka ngai la fo mai. Ka fa ama vai songi e kusungi mai ma e sei pai pai. A kola masinga a o e Teresa ua e se love vibe. O vili ako ile kaya po ai le ikai kai. Ai e reply mai ile leva ole po ua ngale ko.
So for dinner today we had Italian. I had sole, okay, and so did Tangaroa, and then we had lemon tart for I want to tell you something. Lemon tart is like one of my favorite desserts, right? So I ordered 2 and then they bought an extra one and they gave it for me and I was so happy. Now one of the people on our table said, after all that, you have to go for a walk. So we thought, okay, we'll go for a walk, just for the sake of having too much lemon tart. Yeah, la whai le jacket ma whanga de kei whai se vai, ma Elvis, ma olo savarivari. Savarivari aqua wa puff out. Puff out mai loa so sa mai boko. Moi no mo kai out. Tomorrow, guys, we're heading to Wellington, okay? And you guys are coming too, okay? Yeah, see you tomorrow. Fast way forward. Yeah, once in a blue moon.